The law, a standard of perfect righteousness. The fact that the Lord, in laying down a rule of perfect righteousness, related every part of it to his will, clearly shows that nothing is more pleasing to him than obedience. This is all the more noteworthy as the unruly arrogance of the human mind is too inclined to think of new honors and favors to pay God in order to gain his grace. In every age, this irreligious pretense of religion, being naturally rooted in our hearts, has always been visible in the human race, just as it is today. Men are always seeking to devise a way of acquiring righteousness apart from God's word. As a result, among all that generally passes for good works among men, the law's commands occupy only the tiniest place. Meanwhile, a vast host of human precepts are in the front rank, enjoying pride of place. Was it not this evil inclination that Moses most sought to curb? For after promulgating the law, he addressed the people thus: "Take note and listen to what I command, that you may prosper, you and your children after you, when you have done what is good and pleasing in the sight of your God. Only do what I command you, neither adding nor taking anything away." Earlier still, he had declared that the people of Israel had, with wisdom and understanding and before all the nations on earth, received judgments, justice, and ceremonies from the Lord. And he had added, "Look carefully to yourselves and your souls, and do not forget the words which your eyes have seen. Let them never vanish from your hearts." Since, in fact, the Lord foresaw that the Israelites, after receiving the law, would inevitably try to devise new ways of serving him unless he kept them on a tight rein, he proclaimed that in his word is found the very perfection of righteousness which ought to hold them in check. Even so, they did not refrain from the very impudence which had been forbidden them. And what of us? We, to be sure, are bound by this same word. Undoubtedly, it was always the case that the Lord intended his law to be the most perfect instruction in righteousness. We nevertheless are not content with it, but go to extraordinary lengths to fashion and devise one good work after another. The best way to cure this fault is to have it firmly fixed in our minds that the Lord gave the law to teach us perfect righteousness, and that it teaches no other righteousness than that we should conform ourselves to the divine will. It teaches us also that there is no point dreaming up new forms of work in order to obtain God's grace, since his lawful service consists only in obedience, and that to pursue good works which lie outside his law is gravely to defile his true righteousness. It will, however, be more fitting and fruitful to debate the function and uses of God's law once it has been explained to us.